There are shows with psychics,
And there are shows with doctors.
but there's no show like The Psychic and the Doc.
Your practical paranormal power unleashed.
This show synthesizes the talents of world-class medium Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer, psychic explorer,
And street smart spiritualist, behavioral psychologist, Dr. Pat Baccili. All subjects are on the table and no topic is taboo. Inspiration, insight.
action, and fun as Mark Anthony connects callers with loved ones in spirit.
In tandem with Dr. Pat's fresh, no-nonsense, street smart, intuitive insights. And she is hilarious.
Extraordinary problems
Require extraordinary solutions, which may come from this side
or the other side. This is The Psychic
and the Doc. And it starts now.
Oh, opener's over. Everybody, welcome to The Psychic and the Doc. And how'd you like that little impersonation I did of our video, of our little opener there, Mark?
Oh, that was pretty cool, Dr. Pat. We got a great show tonight. The theme is Let It Go and Let It Grow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Gotta do it. Why? Well, first of all, it's a great practice to have, number one.
Yes. Yes.
And, you know, we're picking the theme up because we still got a couple of days here of the year of the snake, and it is the shedding. See, that should be a movie. Instead of The Shining, like we all saw that Shining movie, scared you. Whoa, that was like, oh my goodness. Here's Johnny. Sorry. Instead of The Shining, it's the shedding. And I was talking, Mark, to someone today, one of our hosts, Dr. Noto, Dr. Lori Noto. Oh my gosh, here's a message for everybody out here I want to give you. For those of us that have been different in the world, and that's all I'm going to say about myself. You can listen to some of the shows I've done with her, and you'll see how different I've been in the world. But for those of you that are out there that are in the neurodiverse arena, now what does that mean now? It used to have weird names. But anybody that ranges from ADD, ADHD, and Natalia also, but anybody that's in that range, right?
Right.
Autism spectrum. We now have people like Dr. Lori Noto, and it's NOTO, so you can look her up, who is out there in the world that works with people in the neurodiverse field. And not just young people, but people of all ages, because if you're neurodiverse, it doesn't go away. You can get better at it and you could do things. But I was having a conversation with her today, Mark, and we were talking about the year of the snake. And I said, I think I have to do a show on what 2025 has been for me. And I said, you know, I'm not ready to do it because I've still got some things I got to handle. But I underestimated the year of the snake and what letting go really means. How about you, Mark?
You know, learning to let go has so many facets to it, Dr. Pat. And we talk about this a lot on the show, how letting go of the past, things that bother us from the past. I mean, we hear so many, oh, I had a terrible childhood, I had this, and I know that having a train wreck for a childhood can really cause a lot of damage to someone. But when we hang on to the past, in my opinion, we're admitting that we are powerless over what we're capable of doing today. And I think it's important to realize that, yeah, there's a lot of things that we don't have control over, but there are things that we do, and how we react to the past. All right, wallowing in, oh, you know, I had a lousy childhood, or I had a bad breakup, or whatever it is. That's not today. Today is not that day. And so you've got to focus on that. And then let it grow is where, by letting go of these malignancies from our past, we're growing into the future in a new and improved version of ourselves or a new and improved way of looking at things. That's my take on it.
I love it. So here's what I did, Mr. Mark.
All right.
Because I often, look, I talk a lot about this. Look at my background, you get a sense of some of the things I believe. But I needed to go back in time and look at the other years where the snake, now, by the way, hello, it's the wood snake. And I went back in time and I looked at other years where there were other snakes. And what we're talking about here is a Chinese zodiac. So this is 2025 is the year of the wood snake. And then I went back and I said 2013, the year of the water snake. OMG. I went back to every snake year. And I'm going to give you a quick, for anybody that doesn't believe in this, because I am a little skeptical, I went back 2013. I let go of a 13-year relationship and it hung on and it almost caught me in 2013. 2001, when I graduated, the metal snake said to me, "You are not going to be a consultant." I had to let go of a 20-year dream that I was going to work for Deloitte and be this consultant, and I turned down all the jobs. 1998, I had to let go of my addiction. That was the earth snake. 1977, the fire snake. Now, I know y'all don't think that I was alive in 1977. Look pretty good, don't I? But I'm telling you, 1977, the year of the fire snake, that's when I let go of my limiting beliefs. And I set myself up for a promotion. So what happens with the next year that comes? The next year that comes, in order for you to handle the 1 year, the fire horse, you still have a couple of weeks to get rid of some your wood snake, dead wood. In your mind, in your thinking, in your beliefs, right?
Right.
But for anybody to think that I spent 2025 totally upbeat and positive, all you need to talk to is a couple of people that know me. Mark, you said something interesting. I want to go back to it.
Okay.
I listen to people, philosophers from all different religions, whether I listen to Sadhguru from India or I listen to Joyce Meyer, who preaches the Bible. And I happen to catch Joyce because I get up super early. And Joyce was talking about her past. When you have been abused by your father, sexually abused, and the life that you then have, you walk the path of not being good enough. So therefore you compromise on every single part of your life. In Joyce's case, she found Christ. She teaches the Bible. She's one of the best on the planet to do that. But when you hear her talk about it today in today's world, and she went on to say, you need to unplug. If you're listening to what's going on in the world and not listening to what's going on in your heart, you will go down a path that is not going to be pleasant. Now, I'm not going to tell you everything she says because then I'll be sounding like Joyce. But she talks about how we have to delete, first and foremost, our thinking, Mark. That's the bottom line with this topic tonight. What we think, what we then say is a predictor for what we manifest. It happens over and over and over and over again. And that's what we're going to help people with tonight.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Yeah. Breaking patterns from the past are really difficult. And I think for all of us, at least those of us who want to make a change and who don't want to be mired in the past and anchored to a miserable situation, which may be going on now. And it's very difficult. Grief. Grief is something that comes in many different forms. Yes, it could be the loss of a loved one, could be a serious illness that you're coping with, could be a breakup, like you said. Um, Also, coping with addiction, because people think, okay, well, I'm clean and sober now. Yeah, but does the craving go away? It's like this creature that's in a cage, and and you got to keep it in that cage. So letting it go, letting it go may sound nice, but it requires real commitment. It requires dedication. It requires a positive mindset. And then let it grow. And let it grow is growing beyond the things that just keep sucking us into into a negative mindset. And it's real easy to do that. I always hear people say that, oh, America's a nation of victims, everyone's a victim, everyone's a victim. Is there somebody who has not, in some shape, form, or fashion, at some point in his or her life, not been a victim? I mean, we've all been victims of some type of negativity. And the question is, do you want to stay in that victim mindset, or do you want to endeavor to let it go? And I'm not criticizing people for being in the victim mindset. I mean, people that are victims of sexual assault, people with PTSD who've seen a loved one die, or been in some horrific situation. I mean, this is a real pain and a real
Mhm.
trauma. And endeavoring, and I say endeavoring because it's an ongoing process to let go. And that's one of the things that we help people with here on this show. Yeah, I mean, I'll connect callers with their loved ones in spirit. But what you do, Dr. Pat, is help people understand the full ramifications of the messages. And many times, spirits can, as we've seen, spirits can bring through all sorts of information. Some of it's funny, some of it's, very poignant, some of it's incredibly tragic, or as to what people are dealing with. But when the messages are transmitted, they are not always readily apparent to the recipient, because people, they're flustered, and they're trying to process it. And as a third party objective observer, plus with your background as a behavioral psychologist, you will say, well, did you ever think this? And then suddenly the message has
Yeah,
relevance.
yeah, yeah. It's so interesting you said that. Two things, Mark, I want to talk about. I used to work with the VA. You know the VA, the
Oh,
veterans?
I
Okay, the
sure
VA. All
do.
right.
Spent a lot of time there with my
Yeah,
dad.
yeah. I worked with the director in the greater Western Washington area. I worked with Congressman Jim McDermott when he was the congressman of District 7. Everybody loved Jim. And we used to visit go take a field trip because they were asking me, how do we do this? How do we help people? So it's interesting, 2 points. The other day, I had a psychology friend of mine say, are you really a behavioral psychologist? I said, well, I don't know. Why do you ask? Tell me what I am. You're more cognitive, aren't you? I said, you can be more than one thing at the same
Yeah.
time. But here's what I heard. I was down there with a an amazing man. I gotta just keep my composure for a minute. And I was having a conversation, and boy, it was a tipping point for me in my life because I thought with my illness, I thought with my journey that I had a story. And this man talked to me. He could have had the flag of positivity tattooed to his head. And he looked at me and he said, you have to help people understand. And they all call me Patty. You, because you don't go down there like Dr. Anything and nobody talked to you. First, I played ping pong with them, but you have to talk to people about one thing that I learned. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional.
Wow.
I never forgot that. And it changed the whole trajectory. I was very ill while doing the show for over a decade. Nobody knew it, but I never forgot that. And I went on a journey, Mark, and that's why I brought up the psychology thing, because I went on a journey to figure out how best to help people. And the best way to help people is the way we do it on this show. We help them believe, we help them with emotions, we help them take action. But most importantly, we help them get relief from suffering.
Yes. I'm writing that down. I love that.
Yeah.
Suffering is optional.
Yeah. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
Because we're all going to be inflicted by something painful.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, Rocky and I, we work with Helping Parents Heal, and certainly we get a lot of callers from Helping Parents Heal. Which, I mean, if you can't figure out what that organization is about, just from the name, it's
Mm-hmm.
a nonprofit organization that helps parents who've lost children. And that's kind of their philosophy, because they say that Helping Parents Heal says you can recover from the loss of a child. And boy, that's a lot easier to say than for people to do, because the pain of losing the child is inevitable. But then there's the suffering. And so many people, so many parents, it's very normal for parents to do that. They feel guilt. They feel, what could I have done differently? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? And then certainly the suffering. And through and spirit communication is part of what Helping Parents Heal endorses, but they also endorse group therapy, group support, people discussing it. They create a sense of community, because people who've lost children feel so isolated and alone. And that's a terrible feeling
Yeah.
when the pain hits you,
Yeah.
you feel alone and afraid, and there's the panic. And then many people do these psychological things where they start suffering
Yeah.
because your brain starts that, it's the difference between the spirit and the ego. The spirit is all groovy and at peace and centered in the universe, and the ego tends to torment people.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, go
Don't you
ahead.
love it? Mark, listen, when I went on this journey way back in the day, which I'm planning to do again, because hello, people, this is the year of the fire horse, which we'll talk about all throughout the show. And it's a double fire. It is the time where you need to move forward with epic momentum, take risks. But here's what I did. I interviewed the founder of MAD. You know, MAD, Candy Lightner, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Yes.
Mother is against drunk driving. Why did I do that? 1980, following the death of her 13-year-old daughter, Carrie. What did she do? See, that's why if you're going to work with me and I'm going to be your sponsor in addiction and recovery, first thing we do before we even do the big book, you got to find something, a service to do. What did she do, Mark? Carrie was killed by a repeat drunk driver. But what Leitner did is she took that personal tragedy. She took that pain and she turned it in to a project for humanity. Let's take a short break. When we get back, we're going to go right to the phones. You're listening to The Psychic and the Doc with me and my esteemed, most amazing colleague. And I have to tell you, it's Mark Anthony, the JD Psychic Explorer, and because JD is like an attorney, not like
It is an
but
attorney.
is one. And when we come back, I'm going to give you more information about Mark. We're going to go to the phones, 1-800-930-2819. When we take your call, please turn your speaker off, turn whatever you're listening to off. We want to hear you clearly. We'll be right back.
Rethinking your purpose in life? Become a certified hypnotherapist and regressionist today. Bryn Blankenship is a renowned certified master hypnotherapist, international instructor, and author. In addition to her own show, Afterlife Teacher, Soul Lessons Bringing You Full Circle, Bryn is a popular radio show guest who speaks about her soul expression spiritual regression, her transformative method for finding and following your soul's guidance. For more information on her hypnoregression and afterlife regression certification programs, visit brynblankenship.com.
Welcome to Shanti Mission, a school for the soul. If you're seeking personal transformation, deeper spiritual awareness, sacred music, or the support of a welcoming community, Shanti Mission offers signature workshops and healing programs in a warm and inclusive space, designed for growth and connection. For more information and to access free resources, visit shantimission.org. Together, we can anchor peace.
Looking for more love, joy, and purpose in your life? Lisa Eve is here to guide you. Through intuitive support, healing, and soulful travel, she empowers you to embrace self-love as the key to happiness. Explore her book, The Love Channel, Finding Your Way to Happiness, available on Amazon. And find daily inspiration at thehappychannel.com. Start living your most radiant, joy-filled life today.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I want to welcome you to the Real Healing Institute. This is your invitation to my spiritual circles, where your energy is read, your life receives channeled clarity, and your soul is mirrored by others walking this path with you. Come and be seen, guided, and activated. These spiritual circles are sacred containers, personal energy readings, channeled guidance for your life, and a conscious community where insights flow and souls remember who they are. Visit therealhealinginstitute.com to sign up.
I'm Tristan, a shaman, astrologer, and human design reader. I help unravel spiritual ideas to create change and growth in your life. Whether you are just beginning or need a knowledgeable best friend with the next phase of your journey, I'm here to help. Think of me as your pragmatic shaman bestie. I work with high-vibe, lovely people like yourself in personalized sessions that will leave you with a sense of clarity that energizes you to make impactful change. Connect with me, your pragmatic shaman bestie, at musingsandmodalities.com.
Welcome back. So great to have you here. You're listening to The Psychic in the Doc. As I said before the break, we're going to go right to the phones. But before we do, Mark, people want to know where you're going to be, what you're up to, how to get the books, all of the above. Give everybody an update.
I invite everyone to visit my website, which is afterlifefrequency.com. And if you go to the calendar of events, you'll see that I have an online light circle coming up on Saturday, March 21st. I have another one on Saturday, April 25th. And light circles are limited to 6 people. That way everybody gets a reading. And you can you can order my books through the website. It'll take you to the link on Amazon. You can sign up for one-on-one readings and also sign up for the newsletter, which will keep you up to date on everything. But the light circles are really great. There's a synergistic effect where you'll see, we get this sometimes between different callers. Spirits for maybe caller number 2 may come in during caller number 1, and it doesn't make sense to caller number 1. Then we go to caller number 2, and they go, "Hey, that was my cousin so and so that passed." So, and in a light circle, it's really fascinating because people who don't know each other are they're getting readings, and then they start seeing how their loved ones in spirit are working together for their mutual benefit. It's really a fascinating and very healing process. You can find out about signing up for all this at afterlifefrequency.com. Dr. Pat, what's going on with unstuckable.com?
Unstuckable is getting a reboot. I without going into a lot of detail, unstuckable is a word I created, and I created a platform for it. Unfortunately, the world we live in today, when people don't have an idea of their own, they steal your idea. And so we're coming out of the tail end of that. So Unstuckable is very prominent in our Transformation Network campaign. But I just want to leave this with you because we're going to kick it to Jessica. The last year of the fire horse, Mark, okay, you're going to have to think about this, and Rocky and everybody. The last time we had the fire horse 60 year 1966. The year of the mamas and the papas. Let's go to the phones. We'll talk more about the songs. We'll talk more about the year. But that's what you're going to be able to expect, that kind of change. Jessica.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go right to Carly calling in from Nevada. Carly, welcome to the Psychic in the Doc.
Hi, Carly. Hey, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Good, thank you.
I'm pretty good. How you doing? How can we help you?
I'm good. It's kind of crazy that I called in today because, like, letting go and all of that, I'm just kind of at, like, some crossroads. Like, should I stay? Should I go? There's also a lot of new changes going on, so I'm just calling to see if anyone has any messages for me, you know.
Well, I got to tell you, you did the right thing because we're going to be able to give you a little help. Let me connect you with Mark here. Mark's going to do all the hard work. I'm like the cleanup batter. Go ahead, Mark.
Carly, as soon as I heard your voice, I got this whole group of spirits coming through. So apparently, you have quite the cheering section on the other side. And there's a female energy coming through. She was definitely a senior citizen when she passed. From the looks of her, with the lines in her face and all, the way I'm seeing her, and she had this like kind of curlyish hairstyle. She easily could have been in her 80s when she passed. And what I'm getting with her is looks like she was pretty sharp all the way up to the end. But I do get this wee sound, so that may indicate she could have had some hearing issues. Could indicate tinnitus, which is a ringing in the ears, or she could be talking about you or someone close to you that may have those issues. And with her, wherever she lived, it seems like it was cold. Like, in other words, the winters were cold because I see her wearing this heavy overcoat and carrying this big black purse. She would wear heels, but not like high heels. It was more practical, comfortable type shoes. Let me see. With her passing, it essentially to me looks like she went to bed and drifted off. Do you recognize this person?
No, maybe my grandma Esther, but I don't really know because I was really young when she passed. So I'm not for sure.
Okay, what about that description resonates with Uncle Esther? And for future reference for you and other callers, don't give me the spirit's name because we want them to try to give me the name.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's all right.
Okay.
Don't worry. What sounds like
Well, with my
Yeah, go
it was
ahead.
yeah, it was my grandma. Just she was super older when she passed, like probably in her 80s, 90s. She got around really well. Like you said, she was sharp, from what I remember. So
Yeah.
that would be the
Okay.
person I would think it would be if I was going to pick someone.
Well, there you go. And she said red and blue, red and blue, red and blue. Okay, now I'm not trying to do the Matrix where you pick the red pill or the blue pill, and I don't think Grandma's talking about the Matrix, okay? But there's something about the colors red and blue that she is projecting to you that has some type of relevance. Red's hot and
Hmm.
passionate. Blue is cooler and kind of more stoic. Now, my interpretation is one thing, but what it means to you is more important. Is there any significance to red and blue for you?
Um, well, it could be a couple of things. It could be my current relationship that I'm thinking about leaving, but it also could be because my daughter just found out she's pregnant, and so like it's either girl or boy, but that'd be more like pink or blue.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure.
Okay, well, we're getting some type of resonance there. Question, with your daughter, is there any issue with her in lactose intolerance? Because your grandmother, when she focuses on your daughter, keeps holding up a glass of milk. Now, it can mean, hey, she loves milk, but usually when I get dairy and milk issues, that means somebody is has an issue with lactose, with dairy.
She probably should drink milk, so she really doesn't. That's probably what that means, I bet.
Okay. Now, the spirit is concerned that you feel like you're driving a car with no steering wheel. And I'm trying not to laugh because that's a pretty. Could you imagine how scary that would be? All of a sudden, you're in the car and the steering wheel vanishes. And she is telling me that you keep thinking that you're out of control and going in circles, but what you don't realize is that you are in control and you are not going in circles. She's explaining to me that whatever is happening in your life right now, you feel like you're under attack. There's distractions trying to pull you away. And she said, just do what you always do, stay focused, and you'll get through this. Does that make any sense to you? And then she's got something else, but I want to check with this first.
Yeah, it seems pretty, relevant for sure. Mhm.
Now, she's given me pearls. Now, that could be a piece of jewelry of significance with pearls in it that you may recognize. Pearls, though, are also the
Mhm.
birthstone for the month of June. So, what this could indicate, Carly, is a significant birth, death, anniversary, or event, which could be connected to you, your daughter, your grandmother, or someone else close to you within June. The other time frame she's giving me, she keeps showing me this big scary spider, like a tarantula. That indicates something in the Scorpio time frame. Why? Because of Halloween. Okay. So there could be a birth, death,
Mhm.
anniversary or event within Scorpio, which runs roughly from October 20th through November 20th. All right. So we got anything in June and or the Scorpio time frame?
No, but the pearls make sense because my mom has passed over and she always wore pearls. So,
Okay, so mom's over there with grandma. Let's go to Scorpio time frame, October 20th to November 20th, give or take a day or so on either end.
my mom passed away in September, and her birthday was in
Right, but this
September.
is not necessarily when your
Yeah.
mom passed away. It's some other significant birth, death, anniversary, or event connected to you or any of these folks within
Oh,
Scorpio.
yeah. So October 27th, a long time ago, my boyfriend in high school passed away, and that was really, really
Wow.
hard.
Remember how I said you
Mhm.
had a whole
He,
team of people showing up? Bada boom, bada bang, bada boyfriend. Okay, so they're all here. Um, they're telling you to be very careful about rushing to judgment. And they're telling me that you have a really interesting dichotomy. There's part of you that's very impulsive. Now, this could be said of everybody, but they're really underscoring this, where when something happens, you want to have this knee jerk reaction and jump on it. But then you pull back and you start getting very analytical to the point where you become mired in inaction. In other words, not doing anything. Now, isn't this interesting? This could be red and blue. The red is the emotional, knee-jerk, impulsive decision. The blue is so stoic that you're not doing anything. Does this make sense to you, Carly?
yeah, that makes sense for sure.
Okay. So, Dr. Pat, I know you got a whole barrel of things to talk about here.
Carly, thank you so much for calling in. May I'm going to make a comment. I'm not going to say a whole lot, but I hear a sadness in your voice. Are you trying to
hmm
figure out some life change or transition? And you don't have to tell us.
I am. So basically, it's just like whether I should stay or go in this current relationship, and like everything tells me to go, but
Oh my gosh.
I just, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of
Do you
like,
know the song I
uh,
picked for you before you told me that? Before you even said that to me, like I'm focusing on the 1966. Nancy Sinatra, these boots are made for walking. I'm not kidding. I swear. I have it pulled up on my screen, Mark. Can I
Yeah.
ask you one
I
question? And
think
again, you don't have to share everything. Why would you stay when you're not happy?
exactly. And that's
Oh,
the thing. It's just like and so the only reason I would stay is just to be able to like be there for my daughter's baby, like babysit the baby, not have to worry about a babysitter, but I'm just not happy in the situation. So like I thought
oh,
of I can just go
girlfriend.
babysit in the daytime and work at night. Like we'll make it work. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. And guess what? This is the year still of the wood snake. On
Mhm.
February 17th, we go into the fire sign and we go into the fire horse. So you have a little time. Remember, Mark and I were talking about shedding. Look,
Mhm.
you deserve to be happy. Life and logistics and the belief that you may have in the universe or higher power, you're bright. You will figure it out. You understand? And by the way,
Mhm.
blue and red is purple. Do you get that? Did you
Yes.
know that when you kind of mix them together, it's purple? Purple,
Mhm.
in my vein, is a spiritual guidance color. If you look at our network, oh my God, I went a little carried away with the design, but still, purple is what you need to hold on to because you need to trust in who you are and trust in whatever higher power you believe in. All of the rest are
Mhm.
logistics, but you cannot logistic your way to happiness.
For sure. That's where I feel like the circle comes in that Mark was talking about, like going in the
Right.
circle, because it's 100% true. So.
He's right. Because you've gone full circle now. What's the full circle?
Mhm.
The relationship isn't the circle. The circle is the medicine wheel with you in the middle of it. And when you
Mhm.
walk into a medicine wheel circle, the way that I've been trained, you walk in the east. You leave the east open, everything is closed. Why? The east is new beginnings. This is a one
Mhm.
year. This is new beginnings. It's a 1 year, it's a fire year. It's asking you to be bold, but more importantly, it's asking you to be happy. When you're happy, your family will be happy.
Mhm.
Okay? I was
Thank
a little
you.
preachy. I apologize for that.
No, you're not. You're great. I appreciate you.
Please don't be afraid of the details. You will get support. Choose happiness,
I
okay?
thank you.
You're welcome, Carly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for calling in, Carly.
Oh my God, I stayed in relationship way too long, for similar situations. And I'm telling you,
Well, it's hard to get out of you because you
she's so bright. She knows herself. And Mark, you
yeah.
are right on helping with that. That was so perfect. And I can't imagine how many other people there were there. Jessica,
There was a lot. Yeah, she had a
Jessica,
whole bunch of groups. Go ahead, Jessica.
who do we have now?
Sure, absolutely. And sorry if you hear the phones ringing behind me, they're still going. So we
Okay.
have Sarah from Florida. Sarah, welcome to the show.
Hi,
Hello,
Sarah.
how are
How can we
you?
help you? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really pretty good, but really want to help you. Are you ready to get some assistance here from Mark?
I am. Actually, I met him a couple weekends ago, and I
He's
started
special.
on a really deep spiritual journey, trying to get in touch with my higher self, and I was hoping that maybe I could have some guidance.
Oh, you have come to the right show at the right time. Mark.
Okay. Hold on, Sarah. Sarah, I'm getting a male energy coming through, and this guy, I like him because he's kind of quirky, thinner build, not super super thin, but between like a thin and a medium build. Um, Darker hair, but it was kind of like graying at the temples. So looks to me that he could have been late 50s, early 60s. That's what he looks like to me when he passed. And I'm getting this sharp pain in my head. sharp pain in my head. Now, the sharp pain, when I get an impact sensation like this to my head, Sarah, this could be head trauma, stroke, aneurysm, or some other type of abrupt, unexpected passing. The sharp pain in my head, good Lord. The reason I'm saying good Lord is I'm also smelling smoke. Woo. This very well could have been someone who took his own life because the smoke smells like gunpowder. That doesn't necessarily mean he shot himself. He could have been shot, but does any of this make sense to you in any way?
Are you okay?
Did I lose you?
Are you
Yes.
okay, sir?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, that could be my daddy.
Okay. Okay. Um, Are you having any issues with irrigation, water? Could be even like a leaky faucet, a sink or something. And the reason is he's given me a song, and it's going to sound corny as heck. Itsy bitsy spider crawls up the water spout. Down comes the rain and washes the spider out. We've probably all heard that song when we were kids, but usually when I get that song, unless it has particular relevance to your childhood or a child connected to you, that generally means somebody that has an issue with water. It could be like the water heater's not working or something with irrigation, but does anything there resonate with you?
Yes, actually, one of the first signs I got after he passed was the tub turned on and filled up. And the home that my husband and I have now, I often joke, is cursed by native spirits that send water plagues to it because we've had numerous
Okay.
floods in it at different times. And it's like,
Okay.
okay, somebody's trying to tell me
Oh
something.
my goodness.
Okay, so we got your dad here. That's all right. He's letting us know. What does he want you to know? I'm talking to him now. Said you take on too many things at once. It's like slow down, you're going too fast. Try to make the moment last. All right, that's a Simon and Garfunkel song from a land called the 1960s. And
Mark.
well, I get a lot of songs. I mean, and that one, slow down, you're going too fast. Try to make the moment last. He said, what's going on with you is you're taking on so much that you're not really enjoying life right now. And he's not criticizing you. He's letting you know that you got to slow down for you. Does that make any sense? Hey, what's all that beeping noise and that in the
I'm
background?
hearing it too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm cooking dinner for my husband. I'm so sorry. I'll stop.
I love that you're multitasking.
Well, let me ask you this. If I was a surgeon and I needed to take out your appendix, would you be using a microwave while I did that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I'm not trying to be facetious, but this is spirit communication, so you need to be all in on this, Sarah.
So what's your answer to that question, if you could help us out there?
The answer to the question about using the microwave? No.
Right. And the thing is, Sarah,
don't get me going on that.
When you engage in spirit communication, and this is guidance, I'm not trying to be facetious. And I know your husband needs to eat dinner, but you need to be focused on this to get the maximum benefit out of the reading. Okay.
I am.
Okay.
So,
all right. Dr. Pat, what's your take on everything?
I think what my take is, water is incredible, and it's an incredible energy. And I think you said the bathtub filled up by itself. Did you say that actually, or did I make that up?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I saw it fill up.
Okay. So here's my message for you, and it follows Mark. Water is fluid. You understand fluid?
Mm-hmm.
You apparently must be stuck somewhere. Is that true or not?
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay. So here's what I want to say. This is not easy to do, but I want you to just learn how to, what's our show today? Go with the flow. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Thank you for calling in. Oh my gosh, Jessica.
Yes. Okay. So we have, give me 1 second. We have Malika, who has called in from Singapore. Malika,
Wow.
welcome to the show.
Hi, Malika. Malika, please be here. Please be here.
Malika, hello.
Malika, say something. Unmute yourself. Jump up and down. We can see you. Jessica? No, this cannot be. Malika, please say something loud. You can yell. We're actually giving you permission to like yell in the phone.
No, that's the call disconnected. Sorry. So I'm not sure if she maybe
we'll
just
get her
doesn't
when
have
she
Well,
comes
we
back.
can't fault her because Singapore is
Oh, my
literally
God.
on the other side of the planet, and
Like
it's
so
nice.
far.
It's nice to know that that people need to understand the Transformation Network is global.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, it is. I mean, we've
Yeah.
had calls from Australia. I think we had a call from South
Italy.
Africa. We had a bunch of calls from Italy. I mean, of course, Canada and the U.S. So,
And
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
and who
we
did we
will-
interview?
We'll get her back because she's tried a couple times. I know we'll get her.
Okay.
She'll connect when she's meant to, right? Isn't that
Well,
how
do we
go
want to
with
go
the
to
flow?
Karen?
Yes, let's go to Karen.
All right.
Awesome.
So Karen is from Michigan. Karen, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
how can we help you, Karen? Thank you for being super uber patient. How about if I connect you with Mark and we'll see what shows up?
Okay.
Hey,
good?
Karen, how
That a
can I
good
help
idea?
So I'm having some phone problems, just so you know, too, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the air. That's okay. What can we do to support you today?
I kind of need guidance as far as family and someone who's passed and probate.
Karen, let me do
probate
this.
and-
Karen, hold on, Karen. Let me do this because, we've only got limited time and I want to connect with the person you want to hear from the most. What is that relationship to you? Do not give me the person's name and I'll throw a line out like friend, cousin, whatever, and then we'll get that person in and see what he or she has to say.
Okay. Partner.
Okay. Hold on. Well, I'm actually picking up on a female energy, so I don't know if this is who you want to hear from, but I got a female energy coming through, and with her, I'm getting this sense of dehydration and thirst. That usually indicates to me that prior to passing, she was not eating or drinking, and that could indicate that she was either in hospice or some other form of medical care or treatment prior to passing. I'm also getting this numbness and lack of feeling in my fingers and toes, which is an indication of circulation, possibly peripheral neuropathy. Does any of this make sense to you in any way, Karen? Is there a female that would fit that description?
Yeah, my mom and my grandmother were both. My mom had swelling in her ankle, but she fought for a year and died, and my grandmother had a couple strokes. I think of other females.
Okay, did your mom tend to wear a lot of pink? Like pink slippers, pink, pink, pink? Because this spirit keeps giving me pink.
No, I think she liked red. Like, red jacket or hat.
What about you with the color pink?
I'm not really fond of it.
Okay, that could be it, because sometimes spirits bring up dislikes. Dislikes are just as important as likes when it comes to a piece of evidence. And she's talking about the boy, the boy, the boy. Okay, now, we all know somebody who's a boy, but the boy is a boy that feels that is in spirit. Do you have a brother in spirit, or did somebody close to you lose a child?
No, I can't think of anyone that did.
Yeah.
It might come to me later, but no one that's close to me I can recall.
She keeps saying the boy, the boy. Question, do you have a son?
No.
Here on planet Earth?
No.
You know, she keeps talking about the boy, the boy, the boy. I'm going to go ahead and pass because nothing seems to be resonating. But let me just get what she wants you to know.
I need financial advice.
Did your
Go ahead.
partner pass not that long ago?
2 years ago.
I'm just getting that you're not ready for any messages. And they're not trying to, Dr. Pat, how many times has that ever happened?
No, but I'll tell you what I'm getting. The song that I picked for you is this. It's a Supreme song from 19, whatever I said, and it's My World is Empty Without You. And the reason that that's coming up is because whatever loss you had, it left a deeper pocket, a deeper hole than just the loss of a person. And I don't want you to have to go into talking about it, but my sense is, tell me if I'm wrong, please. I've been wrong a lot in my life. But my sense is that loss set you not just a grief loss and a love loss, but you lost foundational support. Is that correct or not? Do you know what I mean by foundational support? Foundational support,
definitely.
like your home, you know what I mean? Like not just a person, but the floor was just taken, everything in your foundation.
Yeah, my world flipped upside down. I'm still struggling financially, and I did it.
That's it.
I've done everything myself.
That is it.
Just me and God.
Bingo. Now I'm going to be able to work with you. You don't need anyone when you're doing it with God. But here's the thing. You got to do it with God. You can't be half in. You see what I'm saying? Believe me, I just went through a year of, you know what, H, and it ends with an L. And what saved me is my strength and my belief and my conviction in my higher power. And even today, that is my go-to. I don't know if you heard me talk a little bit about little Joyce Meyer there, but can you beef up your spiritual practice?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you why. Because you got to let go of the idea that you can't make it on your own. That's what I'm picking up. See, that song, that's not funny. That song by the Supremes, My World is Empty Without You, that is one of the saddest songs those girls ever sang.
Yeah,
your world's not
I've been
empty.
doing it.
I know you are, but I want you to do it. We're coming into a fire year. This is your year, man. This is your year.
I'm a fire
Be
sign.
bold. Are you? Me too. Which one are you? What's your sign?
7th.
Okay.
Aries.
Okay, so I'm a Sag, so we better get ready for a lot of good things. You do not have to work as hard, but please work on letting go of whatever you're holding on to. I don't know how you lost this person, because I'm telling you, when you lose someone like that, I know it takes its toll on you. Got it?
Yeah, it's just, there's repercussions from afterward that I'm still dealing with. No probate.
Okay, I'm going to help you right now. I only have a few minutes left, but I really do need to help you. Are you ready? Can you stay with me for a minute? I'm going to do this. You got to do this with me. In deep gratitude, I want to acknowledge my faith, my God, my understanding, the world that I live in, how powerful it is to know that I'm connected with it. In this space that I live, in the world of knowing that this power is omnipotent, everything about it is going to guide me to my future. And I am willing right now, here and now, to let go of any thought about probate or anything else turning out poorly, because I am so divine and loved by the God of my understanding. There is nothing that could stop me. No one can get in my way. No court, no event. And I am so perfectly in place because I'm going to put my faith in my higher power. I'm going to trust that I will be guided. I'm going to know exactly the action to take. And I feel so good that I'm releasing any fear, anxiety, disbelief, and giving my power, taking it away from the God of my understanding and giving it to anything else. Are you with me on that?
Yeah, I love that. I wish you could email it to me.
Oh, you'll be able to hear it when you listen back on this. And Jessica, why don't you pull that from the clip?
You got
and
it.
Let's pull that from the clip.
You know, that needs to be a short TikTok length video, and I'm serious about that, Dr. Pat. And yeah, definitely, Jessica, do that, and let's put that out there because Dr. Pat, what you just said speaks to so many people, and you know what so many people are going through, and what you're going through with the probate and the loss of your partner. The reason we're not getting any clear messages is you're in such a state of turmoil that without meaning to, it's creating a block, and you're not doing anything wrong. And what Dr. Pat just did is like help you to get on the path to clearing the doubt. What did you say earlier? Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional.
Pain, suffering is optional.
It's optional.
And we want to leave you with this. You're not getting messages from us because you're getting them from God. You just need to be listening. And then when you hear it, you know it's not the evil side of that. When you hear it, give thanks. You got it? You're going to be fine. You're going to be great.
Yeah,
you
I
are
can
great.
do it on my own. I'm surprised that more people didn't come to me, but I'll do it myself.
You don't need any more people. You have the thing that is utmost, most powerful, that needs to know people. You just not believe in it. Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Mark, wow. Great show, everybody. We're going to keep doing this. Why? Because this is our ministry, and you are the people that absolutely deserve the time to have a powerful voice in your life. We'll see y'all next time.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into The Psychic in the Doc with Mark Anthony and me, Dr. Pat Baccili, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Hey, look, come back next week so we can explore with you more of life's many challenges and learn from fascinating guests. And you know what? Even Mark and me. We'll connect you and discover insights from people in this life and from the afterlife. Extraordinary problems? Yeah, they do. They require extraordinary solutions. But step into the world of possibilities with us on The Psychic and the Doc. That's every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. That's TransformationTalkRadio.com. And don't forget, we're also live face-to-face on Facebook.com, Transformation Talk Radio.